Good morning, everybody. This is Gordon, Alley Cat Customs. I had someone ask me a question, and I'm going to try to make it as simple as I can. I can show you, it's about tools. I can show you bigger tools and all that. But if you're doing like hobbies, crafts, and things, these are some of the tools that you should try to get a hold of. You can go name brand. You can go Harbor Freight, any of these places, depending on what you got to spend. And you can even buy like used, but when you buy used, you want to make sure that the stuff works. So have that person selling them to you that's used, have them to show you. If they won't, then just walk away. First things I'm going to do is I use two battery operated drills. I have electric drills for big stuff. This is for, I use this stuff for big stuff too, but this is what I use in the craft stuff. This first little drill, and you do not have to buy this brand. Like I said, shop around. This is a hammer drill, and I use this thing for almost everything. If I'm screwing a screw into wood, I use it. And the reason why is because it will make a popping noise. And that means that it's in there where it's going to go, and you can stop drilling. This one is what your basic drill is. It's best used for drill bits. You know, I can use it for anything, but because you're just getting into it, this here is for like drilling holes. So when you're doing woodwork or projects around the house, you need to drill a hole. This is what you use. Okay. So now I want to talk about a couple basic tools. Some of this stuff, you know, they say, well, this is for beginners. Well, I use it. I've been doing it because my mind don't work like it used to as a kid. But right here, this tool, this is something that you will have to have, and it's a tape measure. Well, when you're looking at tape measures, look for the one that tells you what each line means. Like for instance, from 1 inch, it goes up to 1/8, 1/4, 3/8, half, 5/8, 3/4, and 7/8. Because when you are making something, you want the exact measurement. You don't want to miss it by just a hair. I do a lot of that, just a hair stuff. But it's arts and crafts, and you don't have to be perfect. But if you want to be, you're going to have that. Now, I want to talk to you about nail guns. They got nail guns for framing, roofing, you name it, they got them. But for a crafter, this little job right here, I do almost everything with it. I have a couple different ones here I use, but this one here is the one that if I was going to go buy just one, it would be this. And this thing is a 18 gauge brad nailer. So what that means is this is the type. And when they say 18 gauge, we're talking about thickness of this metal right here. But these here are pretty long, so you can buy different lengths. Like I got, I use this the most, and these. So they're shorter. So you want to think about that when you're putting something together. So that would be the first thing. And when you go into a place, if you're going to buy new, don't be afraid to ask questions, because they make different gauges of nails and stuff for these. So if you go, I have one here I was going to show you. I had a different nail gun. But anyway, they come thicker, like this right here. See, these here are a lot thicker nail, so they won't shoot through this gun. So, and then I'm going to tell you how you remember this stuff, how I do it anyway, in just a moment. This is a stapler. I use this. You know, it's also an 18 gauge. And they call it a crown stapler. But shoot, I use this thing for a lot of different things. This thing, it shoots little bitty nails. Now, I don't use this very often. It just happened to come in a kit, and I have it if I need it. But just starting out, this first one is the one you need. So I have all kinds of tools here, you know, some big saws and different things, but you can make it with just this. That's a skill saw, simple to use. You should be able to cut just about anything you want with that. And then you got this scroll saw. So if you're going to make a shape or something, you'll need one of these. Just remember this. You do not have to go after name brand. You're not out there building homes. You're doing crafts in your house. And repairs. So I did a repair on a table, and they asked me what was the glue I used. Well, I go to Lowe's or somewhere like that, and I buy just a wood glue. Works fantastic, but that's what you need when you're doing woodwork. And let's see. I use one of these all the time. They're not expensive. Pick one up's new. That way you know it's not bent, warped, or any of that. Just get you a new one. All right. To remember stuff like this, because like I said, you'll go, they got all these different gauges. Get you a file. Find you a box, something, and keep all the information on this. So when you have to go to the store to pick up stuff, you know exactly what you're in there for. Us guys, we don't like to ask people for anything. We just go in there and we try to find what we need. So I had to have that paperwork somewhere so I know. And if you're going to use stuff like this, you need an air compressor. But you know, they got like, I don't know how many different air compressors out there. But for something like this, a little pancake, cheap air compressor. Like I said, you're going to be working in your shop. You're not building a house. So just a cheap pancake compressor. Now, if you're going to buy all this stuff new and you don't have the money, let's say, you know, you're looking at buying, I don't know, $500-600 worth of tools, but you just don't have the cash right then to pay for it. Get online and look for a firm. I use a firm all the time. If you got the money, get on Amazon. Make sure it is someplace that is reputable, because I've been ripped off before online. But I use a firm whether I have the money or don't have the money. It's just because I'm guaranteed to get my product. They do the dealing with the company. You look up what all you want, get it all together, put it in the basket, and then you go to checkout, and if there's a sign there that says a firm, click it. So I'll give you an example. For $500-600, and you could pay that out over a year's time, your payment's only like $50, but it only costs you $70 to use their money for the year. But once you got your product, what I always did is I always paid them off early. And it knocks that $70-something down even more. Some situations they charge no interest. But that's what I would do. So for here on out, when I do a project, I am going to show the tool that I use, and we'll talk a little bit about it. So that you can do it. I think there's a lot of ladies out there that kind of get intimidated a little bit about tools and dealing with the man in the tool business, because they're going to try to sell you the best. You don't fall for any of that. Just kind of watch my shows, and when I'm working with a tool, I'm going to explain where this tool came from, and so that you can go out and buy one. Like I said, you can go to Harbor Freights. Their tools are fine for doing crafts and repairs to your house. So anyway, if there's anything else that I can do or talk to you about a tool, you have a question, let's say you're going to go get that tool, and once you're there to that point where you're going to go and you want to ask me some questions, get a hold of me. I think when it comes to repair stuff, it used to be the man did the repairs and stuff, but we all know now, the money is tight. There's a lot of women out there that live alone. There's some that live with a husband that they can't get the husband to do anything. That's what my wife always says. But just let me know, and I will help coach you through on getting you a good tool for what type of job you're going to be doing. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Keep watching, and we'll all get through this.